I'm going to walk you through a full treatment session for a neck rotational deficit. So this is going to be one of those, if you have trouble turning to the right or to the left, getting that rotation, checking your blind spot, looking over your shoulder, talking to somebody, if you have to do that full body turn because the neck is irritated, this is going to be a full treatment video on how I would treat my neck when I have a little issue. I currently am having a little bit of stiffness on the right, a little bit limited, kind of there towards the end. All the way to the left, I can kind of get nice and over that shoulder. If I'm going to the right, stop a little bit short. So little discomfort kind of right in mid neck, mid cervical spine. So I'm going to use our medium band and we're going to try and go ahead and get that rotation. A lot of times it's really good to kind of see where you're at, see how far you can go beforehand, and then try and see if you can kind of match that and get all the way over and kind of match side to side once you're done. Give you that nice test, retest. All right, so I'm going to take our band. I'm going to add a little bit more tension to this one. I'm going to have my hands in kind of that middle one just because I like a little bit more tension. I like to be a little bit more aggressive. It's not that irritated, so I'm going to get a little bit more into it. Can also use my heavy band, but I'm going to play around with this one a little bit today. So taking those nubs, those are going to fit right into the back of the neck. So just going in, I'm going to fit them right there. That's right around that level that I'm having pain. I'm kind of on the right side. So first, what I'm going to start off with is I'll usually just do a little bit of kind of soft tissue, where I'm just kind of going side to side. I just want to kind of dig into those muscles. I'm just going to loosen them up slightly. I'll go above and below the area just because those muscles do run all the way up and down the neck. So if I can get those muscles to kind of relax a little bit, that's really going to help to get that joint to loosen up and give it a little bit more freedom to start work. If you need to kind of go back in and adjust kind of where those nubs are, kind of find, you can kind of grab on and just kind of get a little bit of pressure in there. I'm kind of right around that spot right there. I can kind of feel a little bit more tension kind of in those muscles, just kind of a little bit more tender. So I'm just going to kind of sit there for a second and kind of work through it. Apply a little bit of pressure, a little up and down, little kind of side to side. Just really trying to work into that area to try and get a little blood flow, get muscles to relax. Now that I kind of feel like those have started to kind of calm down a little bit, if I wanted to spend a little more time, I could, but I feel like the muscles aren't too bad right now. So I'm going to kind of relax the arms, let them rest for a second. And then from there, I'm going to start off with just a little bit of rotation. So I'm going to anchor my right hand down, and then I'm just going to pull across. So I'm really trying to get a little bit of tension here, and then getting that nice big pull across and kind of feel that band going. And I'm trying to really work into that range that I'm kind of getting a little bit stuck into. The magic is those nubs are really trying to pull on those little bony prominences. That is going to allow you to actually get that rotation as you're going. So really trying to get into there. Again, nice little anchor. Different variation that you can go with is you can switch arms. So I'm going to anchor down with my left arm, and then I'm actually just going to pull across with my right. This is going to be the same technique, just a little different. Sometimes you'll find one way works a little bit better for you. If it works better for you, stick with that one. There's no real right or wrong way. Other thing that you can do is you can kind of play with angles. You can kind of go a little bit more down, a little bit more up. If you notice that you have a deficit, that's either kind of up or a little bit more down, or one area just feels a little bit more sticky. That's kind of what you're looking for, is those areas that just feel tight. If you feel that area that's tight, just kind of stick into that area and work on it. The big thing is too much of a good thing can be a bad thing. So be aware of every, minute or two. I kind of want to just kind of relax the band, just kind of go through, see if you can get a little bit more range of motion, which I feel like I have a little bit more, feels a little bit less sticky kind of there at the end. So I'm going to do a couple more just nice and easy. And I can kind of sit at the end. I can do a little rotation, little side to side, kind of pulling over. I'm really making sure to keep that band anchored. I don't want this side rocking through. That's not going to allow you to get that tension and get that torque through the spine that you really want to get with the band. Now that I kind of feel like I'm a little bit better with that, I'm going to kind of vary it a little bit, where I'm going to go back into my left hand is going to be anchored. I'm going to pull with my right hand, and then I'm going to go just into a little bit of rotation to the right. So I'm really trying to anchor, really trying to get that pull. And then on this one, I'm really using my neck to kind of rotate into the band to try and get that tension into the joint. So it's a little bit more aggressive. You're going to get a little bit more pressure onto that right side. And especially with going right, it's going to be another way that you can really get into it. Again, this is a little bit more of an aggressive technique, but same thing. If you notice that the pulling with the left hand going into right rotation really isn't working for you, you can try and go the other side and apply that tension onto the right side of the neck as you go into that rotation. Same thing, you can kind of vary, the angle of the band and kind of the angle that you're going to. If you want to go straight to the side, if you want to go straight up, which that actually feel like that helped me the most this time. I feel like I definitely have more motion. Don't quite feel all the way there yet, but it's definitely improving and getting to the point where I feel significant changes and feeling better. I'm just going to kind of keep on that a little bit just because that was helping. So again, just kind of playing with those different angles, playing with those different rotations, really trying to go. Same thing, if you do want to go the other way and flip the arms, there's definitely nothing wrong with that. So you can go there, and then I can get that tension through the left hand and try and go and play around again with those different angles. I don't want to come all the way across and really pull too far, especially if I'm going to the right. I want to try and avoid some of those structures that are in the front of the neck. There are a lot of sensitive structures there, so don't go too crazy pulling the band right across the neck. But from there, I'm just going to kind of retest. Still feel a little sticky at the end, but I feel like my motion's pretty much all the way there. Feel pretty even side to side, just have just that little bit left that's kind of a little bit of tension. I'm probably going to call it good for now from there, and then I will probably go after it with the band again a little bit later, maybe 3-4 hours from now, try and get that last little bit to loosen up. Hope this little tutorial helped you out. Hope it gives you a little bit of a guide on how to use this, especially if you do have any rotational deficits. Again, kind of looking over your shoulder, checking your blind spot, making sure you don't have to do the whole body term whenever somebody calls your name, starts talking to you. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Let us know. We are here to help. Hope this gives you a little education and kind of gives you another tool to help you with your neck pain.